world has lost a man described as a courageous troublemaker with a heart of gold.
AIDS activist Larry Kramer passed away last week. To understand his Bay Area legacy, KPIX reached out to those who knew him, including America's most famous doctor. 30 years ago, inside of Moscone Center, the 6th annual conference on AIDS finally opened. But outside, the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, or ACT UP, had completely shut down all of San Francisco. It was a series of historic protests orchestrated in part by Larry Kramer.
Most of the country doesn't know about this cancer.
Larry Kramer decided the real battle should be in the streets, not inside the convention center.
And it's important to realize that the activism was not subtle.
He was, at that time, enraged at the lack of attention that he felt the federal government was paying attention to the needs of people with HIV/AIDS.
Larry Kramer was a playwright, author, and an AIDS activist.
You know, he wasn't always correct, but his heart was always in the right place.
Dr. Anthony Fauci spoke to KPIX-5 about his first encounter with Larry.
An article he wrote for the front page of the magazine section of the Sunday San Francisco Examiner in the 1980s, and the title of it was An Open Letter to an Incompetent Idiot. Anthony Fauci, I call you a murderer. So if he wanted to gain my attention, he certainly gained my attention.
During the 80s, the AIDS crisis had terrified the gay community.
Any visual problems?
UCSF's Dr. Paul Volberding saw his first case in 1981.
We're talking about 1981, 1982. We didn't know what was causing AIDS. We didn't know that there was a virus. We didn't certainly have any treatments at all. Everyone who came with any symptoms died, 100% fatality.
The new activism around AIDS replaced an earlier passivity.
Reporter Hank Plante covered the AIDS epidemic for KPIX. He remembers how the Reagan administration remained unmoved.
Ronald Reagan and his administration were silent about AIDS. Mayor Dianne Feinstein's AIDS budget for the city of San Francisco was bigger than President Reagan's AIDS budget was for the entire nation.
And the death toll was growing.
There was a 15-year period when it was terrible. I mean, people were dying just in droves. And Larry Kramer really was the voice that said, let's get angry people, let's mobilize, let's try to do something about this. Let's not be passive about it.
Kramer saw a complacent government bureaucracy that pushed ineffective, toxic treatments. And Fauci, one of the world's leading AIDS researchers, was the face of the federal government.
So I reached out to him and wanted to meet him, and we met. And it was rocky at first because I was the bad federal government to him.
Over the years, the two men would develop a real friendship.
He did something that no one ever did. He completely transformed the way the general public, the government, the regulatory authorities, the scientific communities interact with and deal with constituencies who are being impacted by a serious disease.
A lot of us are still dying.
The last time Dr. Fauci spoke to Larry was a few weeks ago.
We've had hundreds of phone calls over the years. And very often we'd end the phone call, but he'd say, after we'd even argue a little bit, he'd say, I love you, Tony. And I'd say, I love you too, Larry. And that's the way we ended it.
Larry Kramer died at the age of 84. His legacy.
Whether it's COVID-19 or AIDS or breast cancer treatment, you name it, you've got to fight for it, and it will speed up the process.
Larry taught us all to be honest, to be strong, to not sugarcoat something where we see error.
It was for his brothers and sisters in San Francisco that he fought for. I considered him a very dear friend who I actually loved.
Larry Kramer's best-known play, The Normal Heart, won 3 Tony Awards.